Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I living in Canada. And I came Canada last year and watched the live stream. I don't know because I wanted to improve my English, but no one can speak with me. And it's not easy to find good friends to practice your speaking. I'm not a student. I'm not a university student, so that I don't have more opportunities to speak with classmates, and not just like other students um, study abroad. They have roommates can speak English, but now I don't have this opportunity, so I opened the like YouTube live stream, and yeah, I want to say something with you, all of you, because if I don't often, I'm feeling for lonely because nobody can speak with me, talk with me. So I opened this channel to encourage me to speak English, encourage me to speak English. I wanna, and secondly, I think my purpose open this video is that I want to make a speaking English fluency. I want my English speaking fluency. I wanna speak English fluently, so that if I don't often say something, I maybe forgot what I have learned. And if if you want to learn for language like English, you should uh, speak. Just not only speak with yourself, but also speak with others. Because I don't have this opportunity, so I open this channel and speak with you who can see me online, and to encourage me to study English very well and to make me progress. I don't have because thirdly I have no choice because you know foreigners came to Canada last year and there is no friends, and So if you want to don't be feel lonely or something emotion healthy, stay healthy like both emotion and physical healthy. It's better to it's better to find a group to support you. I mean to find some friends who have the same the same like hobby or the same aim with you to find common things with you, to share the interest with you. But uh, before I find this kind of group, I would say it's better to open the channel and practice face to face, like the speak to yourself, to speak to myself. And I don't know how to practice my speaking English. The way I have thought for a long time, and the way I have thought for a long time because whether I open or not, because I open the channels, maybe a lot of people and they see me online. And if I don't open these channels, I think I have no choice to make my speaking English like make progress. Because if you don't use language is using on practice, it's kind of the idea. The idea to speak English very well is to practice, practice, and practice. The more practice, the more success you have. So that and so this is why I opened this kind of channel. Um, I'm sorry, my spoken English is not very well, and my logic thinking is confused to practice in English. And so, totally, I think while I open this channel, the main purpose is that I want to speak with myself and don't to keep silence because I don't keep silence and speak all time and although I think make a little progress a little by little and step by step. I think one day I will speak English very well and to practice my spoken English very well. And also, no one can speak with me, so I found a good way to speak is to speak with myself. I speak with myself so that I speak with myself like this only way in the foreign country. This only way in the foreign country to practice English with not a student or like your foreigners are new. I'm new here, so I want to share my life here. It's difficult. Like it's difficult for foreigners like me to live here, and I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe I believe I can survive here. I believe I can survive here, and I like Canada because there are a lot of good environment. Not only the good environment, but also the people here. Although, I mean, also it's difficult for not to find a job, but I think if you want to live here and you have to survive out here, any job is okay. And if you like if you want to stay here, and yeah, so practice and practice. If I keep silence all the time, my English never prove like so that so that first I should practice with myself, and the stream live stream like a mirror. Live stream like a mirror, and it reflects my level of English. So this is the first day, and I practice, and then set up. I prepared some study materials and started to set it up. Started to study for today's like today's um I don't know what I want to say. As today's the segment, maybe firstly I can practice my listening, and then I will do the reading a little bit, and then I will went back and study, and I will get up early in the morning to go to work. So this is my tonight. I will spend 1 hours to study. So now I can set it up, and okay. Let's get started. Let's jump in. Let's get started. Let's get started and jump in. So first, I open a song. The song is kind of my classmates recommend to me for the practice the writing skills. They also want to know why she recommended a song to practice my writing skills, because I asked her, and her because her writing is excellent. It's really pretty excellent, and I asked her why. She gave me some suggestions that if I can make my writing skills progress, I could start with listen to the songs and listen to the song stories and what's the singer's songs and try your best and remember the stories and try your best to duplicate the stories in the songs and then step by step add a short story from the firstly from the short story and secondly to be longer. So she recommended me uh, short stories, short songs with a love story, love kind of story. And maybe she liked this kind of story, and maybe I will find my story. So I started with this.
You forget my verse.
So I save these songs and later I will study these songs like the songs stories, what the singers exactly sing and what express what like they want to express herself feelings or herself experiments. So that first I can start my I practice my listening skills. Listening skills. I want to find how to find some audience, but now it's me. But now it's only me. I want to find some audience and to support me. But now my spoken English, it's practice is just so.
Section 2. You will hear a podcast about an area called the Sheep Market in a New Zealand city. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14.
Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market, which is one of the oldest parts of the city. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep, but now it's been redeveloped into a buzzing, vibrant area of the city, which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures, jewellery and ceramics which won't break the bank, as well as local produce like fruit and vegetables. There's also lots of pavement cafes where you can have a coffee and watch tourists from all over the world go by. The oldest buildings in the area are on the main streets, including the city's first department store, built in the 1880s, which is still open today. The sheep market is a centre for fashion, and there's a policy of encouraging new young designers. The Young Fashion Competition is open to local young people who are passionate about fashion. This year, they've been asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life, using both natural and man-made fibres. The garments will be judged by a panel of experts and fashion designers, and the winning entries will be modelled at a special gala evening. Parking at the sheep market is easy. There are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks. It's not expensive, and if you can present a receipt from one of the local stores, you'll not be charged at all. After 6 p.m, many of the car parks have a flat rate which varies, but it is usually very reasonable.
Before you hear the rest of the podcast, you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Section 2. You will hear a podcast about an area called the Sheep Market in a New Zealand city. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14.
Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market, which is one of the oldest parts of the city. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep, but now it's been redeveloped into a buzzing, vibrant area of the city, which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures, jewellery and ceramics which won't break the bank, as well as local produce like fruit and vegetables. There's also lots of pavement cafes where you can have a coffee and watch tourists from all over the world go by. The oldest buildings in the area are on the main streets, including the city's first department store, built in the 1880s, which is still open today. The sheep market is a centre for fashion, and there's a policy of encouraging new young designers. The Young Fashion Competition is open to local young people who are passionate about fashion. This year, they've been asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life, using both natural and man-made fibres. The garments will be judged by a panel of experts and fashion designers, and the winning entries will be modelled at a special gala evening. Parking at the sheep market is easy. There are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks. It's not expensive, and if you can present a receipt from one of the local stores, you'll not be charged at all. Section 2. Welcome to this podcast about the sheep.
So the IELTS examination, the IELTS complete IELTS exercise like the 12 text 8 and part 2. It's a listening and don't quite understand what the Alexa speaker saying. So I began to use this. I set up this kind of app called Yaske, and I want to listening again. And what is exactly he said. I can't catch up with them.
Which is one of the oldest parts of the city. Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market. Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market. Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market. Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market, which is one of the oldest parts of the city. Which is one of the oldest parts of the city. Which is one of the oldest parts of the city. Which is one of the oldest parts of the city.
Oldest parts of the city.
As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. But now it's been redeveloped into a As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. But as its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep.
After the name suggested the sheep market. As the name suggested, there was always a market. As the name suggested, that there was always a sheep market here, where farmers brought their sheep to the market like this. Usually the first in the choice ABC in the first sentence, the context appears usually as a fourth, like fourth choice. First choice, so we don't choose that. As the name suggested, the original market, market. There was after name suggested, as the name suggested, the original supermarket. There was original market that farms bring this ship. Employees market first. The market bring this ship market. So that's the first choice. C is the fourth. So we're gonna start it.
As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. As its name suggests, there was originally a market here where farmers brought their sheep. But now it's been redeveloped into a buzzing, vibrant area of the city. Now it's been redeveloped into a buzzing, vibrant area of the city.
Now it's into the buzzing, vibrant area of the city.
But now it's been redeveloped into a buzzing, vibrant area of the city.
Now
it's been redeveloped into a buzzing, vibrant area of the city, which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. Which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. Which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. Which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. Which is also home to one of the city's fastest growing communities. The nearby university has always met the area's popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always met the area's popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always met the area's popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always met the area's popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always met the area's popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. But now graduates embarking on
fast growing, but also the home of a city's faster growing community. Also, now the community now has been developed a faster growing community, as well as we've been developing a faster growing community. As it's become developing it as after it's developing a faster growing community, fast growing community. As a foreign student, the verb and that verb are now graduating background the career and the nearby fast-growing community. Rapidly, fast-growing, fast-growing have been developed faster-rapiding community. What is the same suggested was original market here, but farmers bought their ships. Now it's being developed into the fast-growing community. Means also hosts one of the city's fast-growing community. It's also the home of the streets. It's also the home of the city's fast-growing community. It's also home of a faster city faster growing community. The homes, but yes, also the home community, fast growing community. So the fastest is a synonym name. A synonym name is rapidly growing community. Fast growing community. Fast growing community so that groups of residents, community, fast growing community, group of residents. Group of residents, fast growing community. Now what is the fast growing communities in the which is most fast growing residents, fast growing community, fast growing rapidly growing community, group of students, rapidly growing group of community residents. Synonym, so that this kind of questions. Question 11. Does a synonym in the IELTS examinations usually appears in the choice ABCD choice, but this time, and in the contrast, this kind of a synonym appears in the how to say, in the question, not answer, so that we can say, if you don't know, like me, I don't know rapidly growing groups. I didn't hear the rapidly growing groups of residents is in the test. They say faster rapid community, so that I don't know this. I missed this kind of and right answer. So rapidly, the synonym, you always I remembered my classmates were very pretty good in English, both practice writing English or speaking English. She have habits like some habits like think usually always think typically they think of a synonym that is like kind of a habit. For example, and yesterday today I have class with her, and she sat beside me, and she write like conversations, like short conversations that are practicing for our presentations. Usually she writes fast, and also always think of a synonym, and when she didn't know the synonym, like for example, she didn't know the outstanding when she read a famous history figures that changed the world, she won't use outstanding words, but she didn't know the synonym, and she asked the teacher, "What's the synonym?" So it's a habit to think, and I will be study for her. To always think what's the word synonym, and instead which word can instead this word, and the teacher said outstanding, like the outstanding word, like it's outstanding. The synonym of outstanding have a lot of words. For example, the excellent, remarkable, like something excellent, remarkable, and the outstanding, standing out, was also the synonym. So the teacher said, "An outstanding, stand out." Oh, it's good habit. Fast growing, rapidly growing, the communities, the people living, people A group of residents is the meaning of a community group of residents and faster growing.
The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy.
Fast-growing communities. What is the most rapid growing community in the supermarket area? Ship market area. First, we mentioned the university student. So, university student is he is the reader. The first mentioned. So it's totally a fourth choice because it's appear at first. It's like a distract sentence. So also the university the not only appear at the first sentence, it appears the exactly university word. It's the same as the listening. So the choice is the same as listening. Usually the fourth choice. Thirdly, so the firstly, it's for firstly, it appears the first two or three sentence is the distract sentence, and then we can see the original word the same as it's the same as the like the reader's reading is totally first. For example, thirdly, this sentence appears and indicate the university and the student. So two words is the original words the same as the listening context, so that the two words appears at the same time. Usually is the fourth, like fourth choice.
Lively nightlife. But the nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. The nearby university has always meant the area is popular with students who come in to enjoy the lively nightlife. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion.
So that the first choice and immediately follows the sentence. This sentence begins with the word "but," so that you listen carefully. The "but" after "but" was the reader, was like speaker, what the speakers want to say. Maybe it's the right choice we can choose. So focus on the "but." And focus on the bar after bar. What is the reader? What's the readers gonna wanna say?
Design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. The narrow old side streets.
So that works the same name, like also the employee. Assign my name. Employee works in the local market. Is it work? Is it the main very fast growing, rapid growing communities? Is the employee or the professional people, young people, professional with professional skills, or the employees? We can hear the say instead of but now graduate embarking on. I don't know the embarking name, so this choice I don't know. So I began to search what's the embark meaning. Embark means so I write down the word I don't know. Embark meaning on board a ship. Begin embark events important course of actions important privacy board on the ship. Start means it a synonym. You can see the synonym and start like barking, graduate. Now graduate, like graduate. What's the meaning of graduate? It may be some students embarking on career. Embarking on career means start career. Start their career. Like started career. Embark means start or the begin. Embark like begin, like put on, begin like take actions, begins on important things, start and undertake to set out, set it up, set it up like means start, set up also being start, begin. So embark is a tricky word, like if you don't know the meaning, you don't do the right. Sometimes you know the meaning, it's easy for you to make a choice.
But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here
Embark on
to
career.
replace the small houses.
Embarking on studying on the career, like career. Maybe career professional is kind of a like word context, so that if you want to like want to describe or like listening comprehension, this you focus on this kind of word is like you can predict what's the exactly the before the readings. You can prefer listening, listening and readings. You can imagine and predict what's the authors want to say some words like professionals, like career is kind of a profession, is a kind of skills. Like you can think the skills, predict like professional, career, and like some skills It's all of these words is it's related to the to your workplace. So it's like employee, employees, like something. But now graduate embarking on the career, embarking on the career in the world of fashion design. But now graduate start on the career in the world of fashion, like the graduate, the mentioned graduate. Yeah, after a graduate from the universities, this graduate but start their work, like in which professional or in which areas this graduate from the universities and start their career on the fashion. And on the fashion design, buying up the new apartment, buying up this new apartment. Oh yeah, this means the graduate can, after the graduate started the work, they have money to buy the house. So have money to buy the house and apartment recently built here, and it's parts apartment recently built here, but now recently built here, but before that it's only a sheep farming to replace small houses. Yes, built here. Want to buy a house? Apartment built here to replace a spare house. This graduate student study a career on fashions, want to buy the new house instead in place of this new house built recently instead of the old house where marked workers usually live. Yes, this is tricky. This like this question and answer is really tricky because he said a question said rapidly growing groups of residents represent the mentioned student. Now student first mentioned student is apparently the fourth choice. And because she mentioned both students and the university in the same sentence, it's the origin word, so it's the word we want to focus on the synonym, not the original word. And secondly, she mentioned the or graduate, so that what's graduate? You mean graduate? I mean graduate is just young people, so that not employees, because some employees are old and some employees are young, but graduate means young people. So that this graduate student and on the career, want to start this career it means profession. Career student, young instead of a same name as graduate. So professions read instead of what a synonym is careers. So graduate career, young professional people. Yes, professional people. The career want to career the fashion. The fashion is kind of professional people. Young professional people, the young people and the graduate people with which skill, like the fashion and design. They have the fashion and design skills, and they can fashion and design skills. They use these skills, young people professional, to start their career and buy the new house instead of the new house built recently instead of the old house. The old house, who live in the old house? He mentioned like who live in the old house is the employee. At last, she mentioned the employee, so the right answer is in the middle, the two. Mentioned the 2 point. So that employees is the work mentioned, the author mentioned at the last sentence, the last few words. Market, she mentioned. So market, she mentioned. Young employees will graduate. Where she mentioned young, the graduate career, the word fashion design buying up the new apartment recently built here to replace the small one. Where the market workers used to live. She mentioned used to live now. So that first we listen, but and the following sentence after but the following sentence is carefully listen, and then we should have the skills to listen the past things at the now or the future. So we should distinguish this past, now, and future. Now she said young people live here, but in the past and were used to live. Used to live means a habit to live, and habit used to live is means in the past usually do something. In the past usually the habit is usually do something, so that used to live. So the question, we come back to the question, which is the rapid growing group of students in the supermarket area? With a rapid growing supermarket, so that the graduate sparkling fashions are buying up new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses with the market. So graduates, the young people, professional people, young professional people begin to buy new buildings instead of like the old houses where the employee used to live here. The employee, like the workers, used to live here, is used to live here. But now, so although the third sentence used to live here is not the employee, employee is in the past. So we distinguish the past and now. Employees past in the past days used to live there, but now used who live there anymore. The employee don't live here anymore because they use the past. So that this is the answer. They mention the employee is a synonym, although it's a synonym, but the market is the original word is fault.
The market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace. Houses where the market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to.
And recently, the sentence first appears two words now and recently. So listen carefully. Now what's happening, and in the past what's happening, and in the past what happening is not and happen anymore now. So but used now and like just now and he mentioned it now and but now she mentioned the house recently. Now is recently. Not the same say na 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 say na 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 say na na name 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 recently like that. So I think I do the live stream because it can encourage me to study and study fast and don't waste of time because if you want your studies your best self is not low like no efficiency. So I wanna encourage myself to study hard. Only although there is only my stream, but I think it's worth and I can try. The speaker recommended the side street in the market for their side street.
But now graduates embarking on careers in the worlds of fashion and design are buying up the new apartments recently built here to replace the small houses where the market workers used to live. But now graduates embarking on career. The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures. The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures. The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures. The narrow side streets are great places for finding original pictures.
The narrow side
streets
street.
are great places for finding original pictures, jewelry, and ceramics which won't break back.
Press back. The second choice, the sections you should still hear the like context, which means the context. What's the meaning of the context? Context means you should listen some kind of words. These words is related to each other, so that it's kind of like you can use like context words related to each other to predict them, like to predict, make yourself predict. And what's the author gonna say? What's the speakers gonna say in the future? So first, take you listen. She speaks some details. Then this kind of details can you meant to use your logic thinking, use your logic thinking to think about the things.
Jewelry and ceramics, which won't.
So she mentioned jewelry. Jewelry and commercial. Do you know commercial? I don't know commercial, but I know the jewelry. I think the commercial is still other kind of jewelry, like commercial, other kind of like consume product in the grocery store. Grocery stores is like sells jewelries and like some kind of commercials. Like commercials, kind of. Oh, commercials.
Ceramics.
Ceramics, not commercials. Ceramics.
Ceramics.
ceramics, and which won't break the bank, as well as local product, as well as local product. As well as local product, that means the speaker recommends some side street, like the mentioned that side street you can intimate your emotion and focus on the land that when the side street the speaker's mentioned appears, and you can concentrate your emotion, concentrate your spirit, and to focus on what the speakers want to say in the following sentence, so that the right answer will appear in the following sentence. So first, he mentioned the jewelry, commercial, ceramics, and the local product. It means some, like jewelry is jewelry. So when they mention jewelry, ceramics, and local product, this kind of art, jewelry is art, ceramics also is art. So as you mentioned the art,
The bank.
the bank.
Jewelry and ceramics, which
Ceramics,
as well as local produce like fruit and vegetables.
Fruit and vegetables. And secondly, he mentioned the fruit and the vegetables. Fruit and the vegetables.
As well as local produce like fruit and
vegetables.
There's also lots of pavement cafes where you can have a coffee.
So that he mentioned the jewelries, the fruit, vegetables, like it's a distract word, distract sentence is no use for only listen. What he recommend things. It's like the disturb, distract sentence and the context, and distract your attention and disturb your emotion to your focus on these things, to distract your focus on the next following the right answer.
Tourists from all over the world go by. There's also lots of pavement cafes where you can have a coffee and watch tourists from all over the world.
So I do the live streaming and make a video like me. So I want to say the first I can encourage myself. The second one, I can record what a foreigner how to speak, how to learn English is difficult, but it's worth. It needs patience. Like not only needs encourage and diligent, but it's also needs the skill strategies and tips. So what is the tips? The tips is you can look at me how difficult I can study, how strategies that I use, and as not native speakers and native beginners, how to beginner to start to learn English, and like using this word, and if you others teachers like coaches coach in the to learn English, but the teachers or coach don't know what you think, and don't master your level. So you can I think I make a live stream. I wanted to others to see me and see me how I learn English from the beginner, so that can maybe when you look at me, how I study here, maybe thousands of people who like me and who maybe see me like the mirror, see themselves, and what they say. Studied begin. So begins begin. I usually begin with like use the video in the live stream. Live stream is a kind of strategy tip to learn English, some instrument to study English, like some app, and like some app, and I both use app, and I try to use the live stream because it's new things for me, and maybe no one can try this way. So I want to try. I want to try this way. No matter how difficult it is, I think it works. At first, I did process so slowly, but gradually, if you're familiar with this kind of multiple choice, one choice questions, maybe you can do faster. The more you practice it, the more faster. So that you can see me at first. It's really slow to finish one question and answer. You should think of which is the false answer with the right answer. Why this answer is false? Why the examiner use this kind of first answer to disturb you, to distract your attention, and at first distract your attention. How the instructors can make the right sentence, and what's the character right sentence is a synonym, and usually your head make a habit to think as a synonym, but before that, I never think of the synonym. I don't have the habit. No one told me. No one told me we should use the synonym habit. Even the teacher. So we now begin. We continue our listening. Continue. Where should I start?
The oldest buildings in the area are on the main streets, including the city's first department store, built in the 1880s, which is still open today. There's also where you can have a coffee and watch tourists from all over the world go by. The oldest buildings in the area are on the main streets, including the city's first department store, built in the 1880s, which is still open today. The Sheep Market is a centre for fashion, and there's a policy of encouraging new young designers. The Young Fashion Competition is open to local young people who are passionate about fashion. This year, they've been asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life. The Young Fashion Competition is open to local young people who are passionate about fashion. The Young Fashion Competition is
Passion
open to
about
local...
fashion. Passion about fashion. What means passion about fashion? What it means is apparently look like a distractor or disturbing sentence. Fashion, and about the passion about fashion, passionate about fashion. Like passionate, what's the passionate means? Means you're eager to, like, interested in to do something, like you have the passion. And you made the answer is inspired by aspect of contemporary culture. The competition. So the question is young fashion competition. Young fashion competition is open to local young people. So that is young fashion competition. Young people clothes designed by the entrance for young people competition. For young fashion competition, must mention the new clothes designed. Young fashion competition. Young fashion competition is a word that also you don't know what is the meaning of the young competition, young fashion competition. So you can listen to the following sentence. It's opening local young people for passion. It explained what is young fashion competitions open for the young people. Young people like fashion, passionate fashion competition. This year, they asked to
This year, they've been
design
asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life. This year, they've been asked to design.
This kind of design is like fashion. Is like what's really in this season or in this year. This is kind of fashion. What's the meaning of fashion? You should know. This is really in this future is the fashion. Fashion is always change year by year. So that this year they will be asked to design an outfit. You know, outfit like this clothes. Outfit clothes. So that clothes design outfit. Outfit, when you hear the outfit, it means clothes. So that we can predict outfit designed. So that designed synonym is designed. After design an outfit designed by, and then the positive tense or the positive tense. They change the tense. Change the tense. But the passion designed by the outfit. The outfit design has been designed. Be asked to design. They be asked to design outfit based on the idea of the music and the technology by entrance for the young people. So the outfit designed by the young people for the must design. The idea based on the idea must. Based on the idea. This is based on the idea must. They must based on the idea for the music design, music that's part of their everyday life. In their reality, be must design based on their everyday life. Everyday life, they usually use the music and technology. Their young people's everyday life is about the music and the technology. So that being spared aspect and temporary culture, being made from the locally produced materials, the modeled, modeled by the designer themselves. Don't mention so based on so that they are being asked to design the outfit. Outfit clothes must design based the really this season what's really in this season and based on the modern life the music and like technology music and technology based on modern life inspired by aspect of temporary culture. What is meaning temporary culture? Temporary culture means the modern temporary culture means like temporary. The synonym temporary is like temporary like in the everyday life temporary. And secondly, it's based on the music and technology. Both nature and man made fabric, everyday life, culture, temporary culture, based on everyday life, inspired by the aspect of based on the contemporary culture. Like based on temporary culture now, temporary culture means everyday life. Temporary culture, live everyday life, music, technology. So that by the designers themselves, modeled by themselves, and modeled used both nature and man. The grammar will be judged by the panel expert fashion designer. So fashion designer is the original word. It appears in the reading. So designer.
Outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life. This year, they've been asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life. This year, they've been asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life. This year, they've been asked to design an outfit based on ideas from the music and technology that's part of their everyday life, using both natural and man-made fibers. Using both natural and man-made fibers.
So that the short sentence maybe it's not in the like in the like in the ABC choice. The long sentence you should pay attention. Maybe some right choice or wrong choice hidden in this kind of sentence, and so that short sentence may be disturbing or disturb or distract kind of things. So you can focus on the long sentence.
The garments will be judged by a panel of experts and fashion designers.
So that the third sentence means the garment will be judged by a panel expert and fashion designer. The garment will be judged by the expert fashion designer. What's the meaning? I don't know if you don't know the meaning. I tell you the strategies of key and the tips. Like this sentence, the garment will be judged by the panel experts and fashion designer. And it means the garment will be judged by the designer, the fashion designer. It means judge, not modeled by the designer, so that this false choice, they can maybe they can change the verb, not noun. Usually they can change the noun, but this they can change the noun. But this kind of false choice, this kind of false choice, this time they can this false choice. This time they can change the verb. What's the meaning? To distract your attention. So the designer experiments maybe one student one see, oh, designer, oh, I heard this kind of designers like this, and they can choose this. Maybe they can they will jump in the tram, but the examiner uh, or had make for you ahead. So that car parking, so that first we can uh, eliminate expect the A choice A, and then C, what is why C is false, be made from local product material. Material is a synonym, and the outfit, clothes, be made of local product material. Is it local? Fashion is only fashion everyday life, not local. Local is kind of like modeled, and so that the A choice is totally false because the model and the designer and its original context word is the same and they appeared in the same sentence is the false choice. They still use this as examiners still use this strategy and tips to trap the student to be do the false to do the false like sentence.
And the winning entries will be modelled at a special gala evening.
Special gala evening. Gala evening. Special gala evening. What is gala? Gala. Gala. I don't know. So I research. Gala. Gala. Gala is the gallery designer. Gallery evenings will be modeled. The winner enters modeled at the special gallery evening. Model designer appears in the sentence is false. Model. Model. Like like model. Parking. And then parking. Local product materials, but don't mention the local material. They only mention the fashion and only mention the everyday life and technology, music, technology, everyday life. Not mentioned the not mention the locally material. So that if they mentioned some kind of everyday life, music, technology, you should first think it is the contemporary culture, not the materials, local material. So that like some context, this is context predict context, contact. If you predict the wrong, you maybe predict this kind of words is like local techniques everyday life from local materials, not technology. And if like now the student use the technology both and the music, it not only from the local materials. Yes, local material. So that is the force. So that and so we can imagine It's like the day-long mending, daydream.
And the winning entries will be modelled at a special gala evening. And the winning entries will be modelled at a special gala. Parking at the sheep market is easy.
Mentioned. So
Parking at the sheep market.
So the author mentioned in the next following questions. The question mentioned the parking. Mentioned the parking, car parking. So that you are immediately focus on the next questions and focus on the answers will give you in the following sentence. So pay attention.
Parking at the sheep market is easy. Parking at the sheep market is easy. Parking at the sheep market is easy. There are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. There are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if there are plenty of
if just wanna stay, if you just wanna stay, if you're
display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two.
Which is fine wanna stay. If you find wanna stay, if you wanna stay, if you wanna stay, if you wanna stay, if you wanna stay, just find wanna stay. And if you just find wanna stay for hour or two. For hour or two. It just wanna stay for hour or two. If you just wanna stay, if you just wanna stay, if you just wanna stay, just wanna stay hour or two. So that she speaks so quickly can catch up with him, so that at last he focuses on just 1 or 2. If you just wanna stay, if you just wanna stay. So if you just wanna stay, and what he said, if you just wanna stay, so if you, he even so fast, even mentioned like the sound so fast, and even like if you're not native speakers or just speaking or studying English, no one can hear this. If you just wanna stay, for hours or two, hour two is slowly speak slowly because she wanna and like emphasize this detail. Just wanna stay an hour or two. An hour is the first choice is wrong because it's mentioned an hour. Its original word is wrong. Original words means the choice is the same as the context. What's the reading?
But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks.
So that park, the third C is for because if you use this kind of strategies, can use mention the 2 words, distract you, still use these strategies to distract you. 2 words. I mentioned 2 words in one sentence. So that what the examiners use 2 words, the same words in the context in the sentence, like the aim of him is distract you, because when you heard one word, maybe you can think about, and maybe you don't like choose this kind of a choice. But when you hear 2 more, 3 more words, maybe you can focus on, oh yeah, this right, but you are wrong. So tricky things is a lot of like distract.
It's not expensive. there are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if there are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if there are plenty of pay and display.
So the first choice, less than an hour, it's less than the contrast. Usually, this contrast in the choice is wrong because the examiner maybe want one of our foreigners to distinguish why he's made a contrast or not, so that we can contract or not. Contract is your opinion, not the author's opinion, so that we can contrast and no fault. But the idea of the authors and also readers is not contrast, so that we can choose the contrast. Is like other contrast. Contrast is like other disturb situations, disturb information, or distract.
Car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. There are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if there are plenty of pay and display car parking spaces on the roadsides, which are fine if you just want to stay for an hour or two. But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks. But if you want to spend...
He said, hit us so fast, like I like singing. But if you want to spend a day, if it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks. If you want to spend a day there, it's better. If you want to spend a day there, it's better to park 4 car parks.
There, it's better to park in one of the 4. But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks.
So the reason, what is the reason? Da 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 da. It's better to the park just 1 hour and understand the part. Da 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 da. We can mimic their pronunciation.
But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4 underground car parks.
It's better to park one of the 4. Da 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 da. It's better to talk. It's better to talk than one of the 4. It's better to talk than one of the 4. It's better to talk in one of the 4. It's better to park. It's better to park in one of the 4. It's better to park in one of the 4. It's better to park. It's better. It's good. It's good. It's better to park in one of the 4 of the car park. Underground car parks.
But if you want to spend the day there, it's better to park in one of the 4.
Meaning. So to buy something. Synonym. Present. Buy something in the store. Present from one of the local stores. Shops. Shops synonym is stores. Stores. Stores is synonym. Shop is synonym stores. Present. If present, like if you can present of verb. You can present a receipt. Synonym is receipt. Synonym, the action receive something, where the fact being received. Receipt. Receive, again, obtain. You can present a receipt from one of the local stores. What's the meaning of the present receipt? 呈现一个收入。Present received. Its meaning is a very local word. Present received, one of the local stores. Present received local stores means present received. Present received. Present received 等 means buy. If the synonym is buy something, the synonym is buy something. Present received, present obtain, present receive, present your gain. Present your gain like give money. Present your gain means give money. Give money to the local one of the local stores. It means buy. Local stores, shop means stores.
At all. It's not expensive, and if you can present a receipt from one of the local stores, you'll not be charged at all. It's not expensive, and if you can present a receipt from one of the local stores, you'll not be charged at all. It's not expensive, and if you can present a receipt from one of the local stores, you'll not be charged at all. After 6 p.m., many of the car parks have a flat rate which varies, but it is usually very reasonable. After 6 p.m., many of the car parks have a flat rate which varies, but it is usually very reasonable. After 6 p.m., many of the car parks have a flat rate which varies, but it is usually very reasonable.
But reasonable.
After 6 p.m.
So, but reasonable. After 6 p.m. means evening. The synonym is evening. But on the weekend, after 6 p.m., at the car park have a flat which varies. Read that, read, which is very bad, but it's really very reasonable. But reasonable. What's the meaning? Reasonable. Yes, it's been cheap, but you still have to pay for that. It's not free. I mean, it's free means no money. It's not expensive. It can present. It's not expensive. One of those local stores will be not charged. It's free. Free. What's the meaning of free? The meaning of free means charged. To be charged, it's not being charged. Free means I don't need to present a receipt, and I don't look your money. Receipt, don't receive, but it's in charge. It's better to park in one of the foreign and grand park. It's not expensive. I can present a receipt at one of the local stores. They will not charge at all. Not at all. Not charged at all. Means not be charged at all. It's free. At the weekend, or the park in the evening, not be charged at weekend. No mention of the weekend. So certain, no mentions the weekend. Weekend is your opinion.
Many of the car parks have a flat rate which varies, but it is usually very reasonable. After 6 p.m, many of the car parks have a flat rate which varies, but it is usually very reasonable. The sheep market is one of the main centres for art and history in the whole of the country. The sheep market is one of the main centres for art and history in the whole of the country. The sheep market is one of the main. If you look at our map, you'll see some of the main attractions there. If you look at our map, you'll see some of the main attractions there. If you look at our
Main attraction. What's the meaning of main attraction? So for this map, we should learn a lot of words about the directions of the road and the cross and other things like this. So that the first we make the main, like I learned today. I learned the main like attractions. What's the meaning? Main attractions. I don't know the meaning of attractions, so I search. Like the sceneries, the main attractions, like the main sceneries with you travel, the place you must travel to there because of it's the like the characteristic of the sceneries. So you have to visit it. So the main attractions. The synonym of the attractions. The main attractions means the synonym of attraction means synonym appeal. Appeal, attractions, attractive, like the algorithm and the animal, magazine, entertainment, like appeal.
You'll see some of the main attractions there.
Main attractions there.
If you look at our map, you'll see some of the main attractions there.
Appeals, make
If you look at our map, you'll see some of the main attractions there. Most visitors start from Crawley Road at the bottom of the map. Most visitors start from Crawley Road at the bottom of the map. Most visitors start from Crawley Road at the bottom of the map. Most visitors start from Crawley Road at the bottom of the map.
Map.
Most visitors start from Crawley Road at the bottom of the map.
Bottom of the
The
map.
Reynolds House is one of the oldest houses in the city and is open to the public. The Reynolds House is one of the oldest houses in the city and is open to the public.
Distract. And he immediately mentioned the Reynolds House, but the following Reynolds House, he mentioned a lot of things that describe the Reynolds House. It's a distraction or disturb information. So you can ignore it or just listen to where it is.
The Reynolds House is one of the oldest houses in the city. It's on the north side of Crawley Road. It's on the north side of Crawley Road.
It's on the north side of Crawley Road.
It's on the north side of Crawley Road.
It's from the north side from Crawley Road.
Next to the footpath that leads to the public gardens.
Public gardens.
Next to the footpath that leads to the public gardens. Next to the footpath that leads to the public gardens.
Footpath. So that
I don't mean. Footpath that leads to the public.
I don't know what they say because I don't know the word footpath. What's the meaning footpath? I know next to the public garden, but I don't know next to footpath lead to the public garden. Lead to is active word. So that the first we can learn 3 direction words. The first one, footpath. The second one lead to the public garden. The third one next to lead to the public we start so we start from the foot of the local road, the curly road at the foot, the bottom of the picture of the map. So lead to we wanna lead to the public. It's next to lead to the gardens, next to footpaths. Footpaths. Lead to the public garden, next to footpaths. So I don't know the little meaning. So I searched little. Little means cross. The footpath.
It's on the north side of Crawley Road. It's on the north side of Crawley Road, next to the footpath that leads to the public gardens. Next to the footpath that leads to the public gardens.
Next to footpaths.
Next to the footpath that leads to the public gardens.
Public gardens.
The area is particularly interesting for its unusual sculptures. The area is particularly interesting for its unusual sculptures. The area is particularly interesting for its unusual sculptures. The thumb is just what its name suggests, but it's about 10 meters high. The thumb is just what its name suggests, but it's about 10 meters high. You'll see it on Hill Road, across the road from the bank. You'll see it on Hill Road, across the road from the bank. You'll see it on Hill Road, across the road.
This means this the sun. You see the Hill Road. He mentioned read it so quickly.
Welcome to this podcast about the sheep market, welcome to this podcast about the narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures. The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures. The The narrow old side streets are great places for finding original pictures, jewellery and ceramics which won't break the bank. Jewellery and ceramics which won't break the bank. Jewellery and ceramics immediately facing the junction with Hill Road. It's on the other side of the road it's on the east side of the sheep. The museum's got the thumb is just what its name suggests, but it's about 10 metres high. The thumb is just what its name suggests. You'll see it on Hill Road, across the road from the bank. You'll see it on Hill Road.
You mentioned across in the Hill Road. So we quickly focus on the road. And then you mentioned cross. And then across. Across like means the road from bank. Across road from bank. Like cross road with bank. Front bank cross road like this one across like cross with the bank from the bank.
Across the road from the bank. You'll see it on Hill Road, across the road from the bank. The museum's got a particularly fine collection of New Zealand landscapes. The museum's got a particularly fine collection of New Zealand landscapes. It's on the east side of the sheep market on City Road. It's on the east side of the sheep market on City Road. It's on the east side of the sheep market on City Road.
Sheep market on City Road. Sheep market is disturbing. It's on the east side. It's on the east side. Sheep market on City Road. On City Road. It's on the east of the supermarket on the east road.
It's on the east side of the sheep market on City Road.
City Road.
It's on the east side of the It's on the other side of the road from the public gardens.
Public
It's on
gardens.
the other side of the road from the
The
public gardens.
on the other side of
It's
the
on the
road.
other side of the road
Other
from the
side
public
of
gardens.
the public gardens.
It's on the
The
other side of the road from the
road
public
to the public
gardens.
gardens.
It's on
On
the
the
other
other
side
side of the public gardens. It's on the other side of the public gardens. On the other side, it means on the opposite, on the other side of the public gardens, means on the opposite, on the other side of public gardens means it's the opposite.
from the public gardens, immediately facing the junction with Hill Road.
Junction. Mentioned junction. On the other side, opposite, on the junction. On the junction with the Hill Road. On the other side of on the east side of the road, City Road, and sheep on the City Road at the sheep market. The east side of the sheep market and the sheep road on the east side of the sheep road at the junction with the Hill Road. On the other
The
side of
Contemporary
the
Art Gallery is on a little road that leads.
So we make the direction and locations across the three informations. The first on the other side of public gardens is on. The second is on the east on the east on the City Road, and then across the junctions and the Hill Road. So we can locate this kind of, and we can locate it on the upside. E is the disturbing choice.
Station Square, not far from the public gardens. The Contemporary Art Gallery is on a little road that leads off Station Square, not far from the public gardens. The Contemporary Art Gallery is on a little road that leads off Station.
And this the 18th, like the little road. What's the meaning of the little road? If you don't know the little road, I think you can't do this kind of on the little road.
Square, not far from the public
From
garden.
public gardens.
The Contemporary Art Gallery is on a little road that leads off Station Square, not far from the public gardens.
Little road.
The Contemporary Art Gallery is on a little road that
Little
leads off
road.
Station Square, not
Station
far from
Square.
the public gardens.
Little
The
road.
road ends at the gallery. It doesn't go anywhere else. The road ends at the gallery. It doesn't go anywhere else. The road ends at the gallery. It doesn't go anywhere else.
Very nervous.
The road ends at the gallery. It doesn't go
Yes.
anywhere else.
Ah, the road ends. The road ends. The road ends. The road ends at the gallery. The road ends. It mentioned the little road and the road end. The road ends at the gallery. The road ends at the gallery. Gallery doesn't go anywhere else. Doesn't go anywhere else. It's the road end at the gallery. Doesn't go anywhere else. Open every day.
The road ends at the gallery. It doesn't go anywhere else. That's open every day except Mondays. That's open every day except Mondays. That's open every day. The Warner Gallery specializes in 19th century art. 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 The Warner Gallery specializes. It's on City Road, near the junction with Crawley Road. It's on City Road, near the junction with Crawley Road. It's on City Road, near the on the same side of the road as the public gardens. It's on the same side of the road as the public gardens. It's on the side of the.
Near the same side on the same side of the galleries, on the same side near the junctions of the road, near the junctions of the near road.
As the public gardens. It's on the same side of the road. It's open on weekdays from 9 to 5 and entry is free.
So he mentioned upthrow. What's the meaning upthrow? Upthrow means cross. Upthrow the station Aquare Square. Station Aquare Square. Upthrow Station Square. You should go College Road. You should go from College Road. Go from start. You should go cross College Road, left up through, cross College Road, up through the station, up through the station, up through the station square, and east. And east along Hill Road. East along Hill Road. East along Hill Road. East across, like it just up through. Like after it should go from the East Street up through the square station, and then up through the station is along. It's along. To go up the station, you should go go from the station to start. It go from the up through and like it's long. It's long. It's long. Go up the road. It's long.
Until you get to a small winding
Take a
road
small
turning off.
winding turning off. You can until it gets small winding around, turning off. Winding around until you get a small winding around. Winding road. You get a small winding road. What is the meaning of winding? Until you get a small winding road turning off. What was the meaning turning off? Turn off. Until you get a small winding road turning off. Until you get turning off. Turning off means until you get through, you can go from the road, start the road up through it's long until you get winding road. Until you get winding road, like the you get winding road and turn off winding road and turn off, but like until you get the winding road and turning off, turn off, turn over. So that today I'm gonna today's practice is finished, so that I will go to bed. So see you tomorrow, and I will like insist for this. I will insist for this like action or practice exercise ways every day. Although there is no audience, I think it's a good way to speak for yourself to practice in English. And at the same time, I don't distract myself, and I can focus on my exercise and pay attention to it. And so that use this like the speaking ways. I can teach you whatever you. I can teach you, not only can teach you, but also I can learn from what I teach. So that is, I think it's good. It's great. It's a great way. How so? Bye. See you tomorrow.